This research represents a snapshot in time and the current views of over 5,000 citizens of Europe. There clearly needs to be a serious debate from both sides about Britain's place in the EU.
All that most people in Britain wanted back in the 1970s, all they want now, and this came through very clearly from the opinion poll, was a trading relationship, a friendly relationship with our neighbours. That's all they want. They don't want to be taken over from Brussels. They don't want that.
We've looked at all the alternatives. We've looked at the Norway option, we've looked at the Swiss option, and the truth is that all of those countries are halfway houses.
Of course, if you tell people year after year after year that this is a terrible thing, the European Union, it's a bit like the bubonic plague, I'm surprised that anyone votes to stay in it.
We've reached a very similar point at which a lot of other countries have reached as well, in that whilst they want to remain part of the EU, they want to see reform, they want to see it restated at this stage what is going to be the future for this organisation.
There are good reasons, and I give three: idealistic, pragmatic, and selfish.
There's too much regulation, there's too much government, there's too much tax. We should leave the European Union, and that, I submit, is what the British people, by a large majority, really want.
Our members would disagree with that. 80% of our members believe that Britain should stay in, and ultimately they feel that the choice is between being in with reform or out with no influence.
I think it is right that we should argue and negotiate for a new start. When we have done that, and I believe we will be successful, I happen to share the Prime Minister's view on this, we should then put it to the British people.
The fact that they had this debate tonight was the start of something really, really important. The question could not be more important than Britain's future in Europe.
I think what is going to be fundamentally important is this whole question of reform of the EU and whether or not it is possible to have the type of reform that was discussed this evening.
There is a long way to go to persuade the British public of the value to them of being part of Europe and the value of having an open market and free trade.
At the moment, I would say that no one really has a massively opinionated argument in the youth, especially around my age, about the European dilemma.
There has been a lot of negative focus and I think having a debate about it hopefully will bring out both sides of the argument.
I think it showed a number of disparate opinions about Europe. I don't think it was a black and white debate. I think everybody agreed something needed to be done, but precisely what that wasn't actually clear because it reflects where we are now with the European Union.